What is up, guys? It's me, Inksplash, and today's video is going to be on how I color and shade my drawings. Okay, so first off, with me coloring and shading, I'm just going to show you a few ways that you can shade your things. I don't know. So the first one is pretty simple. It's the one that I pretty much started out with when I started doing digital art. So I'll just do what color? I'll shade a nice blue. So this is basically what you do. For coloring, you just pick the color. It's pretty easy, but shading's a bit more difficult. I use this brush named Paint. It's basically the watercolor tool. I just edited it. I can't say that. Edited it a bit better than the watercolor tool, so it makes same layer again. I need to make a new layer. There we go. Okay, so just color in. You can use the fill bucket, but it seems to leave white lines at the edges of all the things, and it's really annoying, and I really don't like it. So I just color it in by hand. It's pretty easy, I guess. It doesn't take that long. Okay, so now that I've coloured in all the boxes, they don't need to be perfect. Yeah, this is basically, you can do this on your own computer if, to practice how to shade and stuff. This is what I used to do. I used to use balls, I used to use circles, and used to do this, basically. That's how I got better at shading when, I was first starting and didn't know what to do. So select your main color, which is this blue for me, and then you drag it. I'll drag it up to the darker blue, the slightest bit, and then you drag it down, and then that gives you a different color, basically, obviously. So it gives you a darker color and a better color to use. So now I'm just gonna make a new layer. What I'm doing now is you make a new layer and you press clipping. What that does is it doesn't let you draw outside of the line. So yeah. With the way I used to shade, it was like a 2-layer shader basically. I don't recommend doing this one, but if you like the look of it, I guess you can. Basically just do this. You don't blur anything in. So that's one way you can shade. It doesn't look that half bad now that I see it. There's another way that you can shade, which is the way that I do. Don't know why I put 3, and I can't think of 3. This is the way I shade right now. So I just get the color like I did before, and then you go down to your brush settings and you lower this what is it called? I don't know. It's the thing to make your brush really frizzy. I don't know what to call it, transparent or something. And then you make this big. So that's what I do. And then you basically paint in your color. And then you can also, if this is a big gap between colors, you can do this. You can get a lighter color. That's not very light. No, never mind. So now when you do it, I didn't explain what I did then. You select back to your original color and make sure that this is all the way down the thingy and your pen's pretty big. And then you just trace around the edges and really lightly pressing on your tablet. So yeah, and it makes this blur effect into the thing. I kind of leave it a bit painty and strokey because I kind of like the look of it, but you can spend a lot of time on it and make it extremely gradient looking. But I can't be bothered. I like the paint look. So that's basically how I shade my stuff. We're gonna go into more depth and show other things. I don't know. I'm gonna experiment and try and do another type of shading. So I'm back now, and I just finished this. I did a bit of experimenting, a bit of this one, and I just did it a bit blockier, and yeah. So now let's go on to shading a character. So this is just a little guy I made up before I did this. So first make a layer below it. For the first coloring, get your skin color, which is like a orangey, yellowy red is where I go on the color chart thingy. Then you grab your skin color. It's a bit too dark. Now you grab your skin color, and then you just erase all the like edges and stuff that you don't need. Okay, so now that we've erased all the lines and stuff that we didn't need around the face, we get to shading. I just leave the eyes like this, so it makes it easier to shade because the eyes are going to be white. I'm going to rub out the eyebrow. Actually, I might just leave the eyebrows for now. Then once we go to the next layer to shade the hair, I'll change it. So select the color that you do, drag it down and drag it down. Yeah, that's about it. And then make your brush big and your opacity or whatever that is small. And then just start coloring in big amounts of it for the first layer of shading. And there's your first layer of shadowing. Now you go down a bit and down again, I think, yeah, and then you do it again, but this time in like different areas and a bit higher up and all that, just to give it like the gradient like into like the darker color sort of thing. Okay, so now I'm back, and basically all I did was add darker, then blurred it in like I did before with this one. So now let's go into hair. Now make a layer above the skin, and if you're doing the person, but if you're just doing the thing, like an object, just use this type of idea. Now pick a color. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna give him red hair. I never do this, but I do it today. So I'm gonna give it like an orangey reddish hair. Now you do the same as we did before by rubbing out all the different edges. Okay, so now I've gotten rid of all the lines outside of the like sketch layer sort of thing. Now you make a new layer and clipping, put the clipping on it. Wait, I need to add the eyebrows in. Now don't worry if it's a bit unneat, as you can see I'm not really putting much like neatness into it. Doesn't really matter, it's really up to you how much time you want to put into it. So now, just like the other thing, you basically do this, but there's a lot more like highlights and stuff you have to put through hair, which makes it a bit more time consuming. Now actually, I just keep this one on the same layer base, like the same thingy, and I just drag it down darker and darker because, well, it's red, so I can't really. I'll just make it orange and stuff, and I don't want that. So make your brush big for the first shading layer, and just go mental with it. Don't like hold back on where to put it, because it's just the first layer of shading. Okay, so now that I've blurred it all in, I'm just gonna go over it again with the color again, like the darker colors, and I basically just do this over and over a few times to get the finished thing. But this time I just go straight for the dark color. There's no point because it'll just overdo the work you've already done. So now you just blur it in again, like into the hair, so it's like not like too brush looking. Okay, so now we're up to putting like all highlights and like lighter parts in, because I don't know, that's what hair does. Now you just like pick an area and then just get a lighter color and then just like scrape it in, like all the parts where there's still light in it. Now the shirt you just shade it the same as how you shade the face, just with a different color. So I'm going to do that now. So you just basically do this, make a new layer. I'll make it underneath everything because it doesn't need to be on top of anything. And make the pen the right size. And there you go. So now I've finished all the like stuff for this character. I hope this taught you some things. So basically 3 types of shading. Well, I don't really know about that one, but 2 types of shading that I used, or used, and putting it on something like this little character. I'll name him Bob. So yeah, basically that's how I shade and color my drawings. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learnt something. If you didn't, tell me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and please leave a like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video.